All right, welcome everybody, and thank you for joining us. Before I start, I'd like to give a shout out to VCI Audio for being so generous and helping us sponsor this event. Up next, we'll have Teresa with Bliss Events.
Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Teresa Sandros and I am the founder of Bliss Events. We have been in business since 2005, so 15 years, and we started as a rental and design company. We later on added planning services, and that is sometimes what we're known for. But really, in the community, the things that we do the most for the most amount of events is provide rental items for clients. So with rentals and design, I know sometimes people use those words interchangeably, but for us, we have really two different service models that we use. We have design services, which is led by one of our designers that helps with bringing the items together, putting things into motion, sourcing other items, design plans, design boards, floor plans to scale, all of those services. Then we have other clients that are really just looking for rental items. That might be another event planner or designer in town. That also might be a client that's doing it themselves. And we love to come alongside clients that just want some great items. And so it is our mission to have a curated collection of unique items that are only available through Bliss Events. Yes, sometimes we have things that are like others, and if you come across one of those items, please let us know. If making sure that we're being have fair market value for that. But most of our items are more unique, more custom, and we are just excited to be able to offer that to everyone. So one of the things I'm going to show you today is our online gallery, so that you have the tools to find your own items, look at the details of those items, the pricing, the quantities, and maybe some different ways that we've used that item in the past so that you can create a great event for yourself. So I'm going to show you how to use that and what a great resource that can be to you. And then we're going to talk a little bit about COVID and the current climate and what it is doing for weddings in our area. So let's get started. So we have a lot of clients, both in our planning and design and just rentals, that are concerned. They're asking, can I even have an event? What are the requirements? What's allowed? What's not allowed? Yes, there are some clients that have just thrown up their hands and said, there's no way I can do this. It's not what I pictured. I can't do it. Let's just call it off. There are others that have said, well, let's just have something really little and really intimate, just the two of us, and then we'll have a big party in the fall or next year. And then there are other clients that have really just embraced it and said, hey, well, what can this look like? I mean, it's going to be a little different than what I was expecting, but maybe different can be good. And so I'm just going to show you a couple different ideas of some different ways that some couples have incorporated the situation that we're dealing with. And we know it's awful. I definitely don't want to make light of that by saying, hey, just do something different. I mean, it's easy for me to say I had my wedding, 15 years ago, and there was no pandemic that was going on, and I got to do everything I wanted to do. So we understand that and we sympathize with that. But if you do want to have a wedding and you don't want to wait, then we want to be here to support you in doing that. So I am just going to go through a couple different things with you. So I'm just going to share my screen here, and I have put together this slideshow for us. And this is our contact information. My name is Teresa, and our website, phone numbers. We actually have 2 phone numbers right now. We apologize for that. During COVID, it actually has affected us too, and so we have moved. And so we've been having a little bit of trouble with our landline in the move. So I've also listed my cell phone here just for you. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about backyard weddings. So backyard weddings are really, in the past, they've sometimes been known for more, do-it-yourself weddings, or maybe not the ideal, if you're, budget, a wedding on a budget or something, you really just need a venue. Well, some of the venues aren't opening yet. And sometimes the details that you're having to go through at those venues have been a big struggle, been a big concern between the client and the vendors to say, hey, well, the vendor is requiring me to do this. Well, on the vendor side, they're like, yeah, but legally I have to meet these standards or these requirements. And so I know that's been a little bit tricky. So not going down that path, that's probably more for like planning services, or if you want to give me a call, we can talk about that. But for this session, I just really want to talk about the elements that you can bring to your event. So wherever it might be, if it is at a venue or it's in your backyard, that there is so many options out there. So on this page, these backdrops are just a really great opportunity to show you what some great things could be if they just were in your backyard. Being outside is really helpful during this situation so that people aren't feeling, being enclosed and indoors and sharing the same air. So being outside is just a really fun opportunity. I love this picture on the left with this couple that got married in front of their house. I think that is just so fun and so beautiful. I think we just tend to think that it needs to be in your backyard, but a front yard could just be beautiful. I mean, that is just a gorgeous, gorgeous home. Think outside the box. I love the picture on the upper right-hand corner that's even showing a wedding at dusk. It definitely doesn't need to be at night, in the middle of the afternoon. A 2 to 5 o'clock ceremony start time is traditional, but just as much as the front yard is really exciting, maybe it's a backyard at dusk, or maybe it's a morning and it's a brunch, which is my absolute favorite wedding of all times that we have done, and I'm going to show you another picture about that too. So the other things I wanted to show you too are these backdrops. So let's just say you maybe don't love the front of your parents' house where you're going to get married, or your aunt and uncle have this beautiful house but they maybe said no. Whatever that might be, you can create false backdrops anywhere. So we have a lot of these options below. We have the wood walls in several different colors of wood, boxwood walls. We can add greenery, we can add lighting. We can make a custom one like on the top left that's shown with patinted metal. There are so many different options. Or in the middle picture, it's just really showing a beautiful, simple backyard, and that's fun too. So really just think about less about what your space only has to offer, but just think of it as a blank canvas that you can really do anything with, which is very exciting. One of the things that I just love the most about these smaller guest counts is that not only do you have a little bit more budget, you also have just a little bit more freedom to honor the guests that are really coming, the ones that made that cut, which is just, they're going to feel so special. And so these are just a couple cute ideas that you can honor them by putting their name on something, giving them a small gift. I love these bottle openers. That's something that maybe doesn't even have your name on it, that they would actually want to use and want to keep, but think of you every time that they use that when they open a bottle of wine. I love this wax. It is old trend that is kind of starting to come back, but that is a really beautiful keepsake that you could have for forever with your monogram on it, or in this case, they just have a beautiful design. Little favors that you can give to your guests with escort cards. I love these paper napkins that you could, paper placemats that you could draw on and write your guest names, write the menu. I mean, just makes it a little bit more personal and intimate that you have the opportunity, since you have a much smaller guest count to do that with. On this next page, we just called it Embrace, but we know that it's a little different, and we know that the meal part of it is tricky, but there's just so many cute ways that you can actually make it work, and making sure that your guests feel comfortable. So individually wrapping items. These little bottles of champagne are adorable in the top left. The kids' table, even just keeping individual crayons so they're not all dipping their hands into the same bucket to share crayons. Salads and desserts, veggies, the sandwiches. I mean, you can make all the fun food as gourmet as you want, but just because it's gourmet, it can still be, I mean, you want that gourmet meal because you want it to be special, but it can still be really simple, basic foods with a really great presentation as well. So that also is something to do if you have a smaller guest count. I know a couple of our clients, they've canceled some of the big vendors, like maybe their caterer, when they needed it for 200 people, but now they're feeling that they could tackle that themselves since they only had 20 people. Others have said, no, I love that, and they're able to use their deposit they put down for those 20 And now those 20 guests just get this incredible 4-course meal instead of something that was a little more basic when it was for 200. So again, that's a really exciting option too. On the bottom right-hand corner, I just love this little breakfast platter that they've put out for each guest. I started saying one of my favorite weddings was a early morning brunch for a couple, and the bride wore a beautiful tea-length dress instead of a long one, and it was just so fun. The wedding was at 10:30, and it finished at about 3 o'clock, and we still had a band, but the food was just, it was exciting, it was fun, it was fresh, it was just very different than most weddings are. So I just encourage you to start thinking about some of those things. The next area that I want to show you is our website. So when you go to our website, this is where I was mentioning the gallery. So if you go to services here, then there's the rentals page, or even if you go down here to the bottom, there's a rentals page. So I'm going to click here and show you where I am going. So here it tells you about the rentals and what this looks like. So there's instructions here if you want to read them. I'm just going to give you a quick summary. But we call it a wish list when you're in a gallery. So if you click on enter the gallery, now here is our collection of items. So you can see here all the different items that we have for rent based on their category. So sometimes it is a little hard to group categories, and others are really simple. So cake stands and dessert displays, absolutely. Everything there is going to be some sort of a platter or pedestal, something to, hold some sort of food. Candlesticks and candelabras, again, are really similar. Category, easy to determine what you need in there. Backdrops and curtains, or backdrops, curtains and tassels, so everything is a fabric backdrop. But I'm just going to go into a couple of these and start making this little wish list. So let's say you're in here and you are looking at backdrops for your backyard, and you're going to have this great wedding, and you're like, ooh, I love this one, I love this one, what am I thinking? So let's just pick one. I picked this arch, this round arch, and we'll see what it tells us about it. So it shows the price of it is $175 to rent. In the description it says that this is a 3-piece arch. So that's indicating that it breaks down into smaller sections so that you can easily transport it. And then you wouldn't necessarily need to have it be a delivery item. It's 9.5 feet tall and 8 feet wide, and there are the dimensions in inches. Oh, if you open this on your own page, I should have refreshed my cookies before I started this, but it would also tell you the quantity that we have available, which in this case, it's an arch. We probably just have one of those, but I'll show you what that looks like. So, oh, and this is one, I guess I did use this as a demo before, but it's already in my wish list. So this is probably a bad example. So it's going to tell me to remove from wish list. So I'm going to pick another item. I'm going to say I'm going to want this copper arch. And so then I can add it to a wish list. It'll show me here as well, maybe some other ways that we've styled this before. So here it looks like it was in front of a wood wall with a macrame background and some greenery. Here's showing you kind of the components. Here's another event we did it that was more of a tropical boho theme. Here's another event that we used it for. There it is, just naked. Here's another event. So it just kind of shows you the styling of it. So if you liked this one and you want to say, I want to add it to my wish list, then you just say add to wish list. So now it's in there. And let's just grab a couple other items. We're going to go, let's say, we're going to get maybe some of these gold rings. And yep, we like this. Here's some, cute ways that these have been styled. Yep, I want a couple of those. So you just add the item to wish list, and then you can change your quantities later. So I'm adding that. I'm going to say I might want some in the gold section, and I'm also going to add. Let me grab a cake stand here. Say, ooh, I love this. I'm going to get this marble one. Yep, perfect. Oh, here it is. So right here you can see quantity 2. So it tells me, yep, I do have 2 of those available. Add to wish list. So I've got a couple things in there, and I had done some things earlier. So Now I'm going to see, you can see my wish list here, or view wish list. So I'm going to go in there. Just think of it like a shopping cart. So now I have a couple items in here that I've added, and it'll also tell me what quantities I have. So let's say I have 5 of this terrarium and 5 of this one. The more I think about it, I actually think I only need 4 of those. I'm going to reduce those to 4. And this arch is actually going to be my photo backdrop for my guests, and this is the one I'm going to get married in front of, so I'm going to keep both of those. 2 of that cake that sounds great, and 1 of these trucks. Actually, I'm going to say I want 2 of those. I'm going to use those for something else. That sounds great. I can add more items, or I can submit wish list. So if I'm ready to submit, I can fill out this information about myself, submit wish list. You are not obligated to purchase the items at that point. It is just merely telling us what you're interested in and to start that dialogue. So if we see, oh, you've added a couple of these items, we might have some additional questions. Hey, I just want to make sure that you know you're going to need a truck to pick this up. Or, or maybe you've requested 12 of something and we only have 10 in stock. Then we would talk to you about that. Would you like to switch out the other 2 for something else, or is 10 enough, and so forth. So you send that to us, and then we get back to you and let you know what that looks like from our end, and give you, you see the pricing obviously here, but then it tells you the total price, which is really nice to know. And we can also give you a quote if you wanted us to deliver it and set it up and strike and all of those different things. So that is a really easy way that you can be in control of your own event. The last thing I was going to kind of tell you, which is something really special that we're doing for the show, is that we are offering a discount. And so if you just put in your notes when you're submitting your wish list, the discount code, COVID sucks, then we are offering a 10% off $250 of items, or 15% off $500 order of items. So that doesn't include the service fees if you did need a couple design consulting hours, or if you did need some delivery services or anything like that. It's just off of the item. So we just wanted to do something special for all of our brides out there. We know this is a really just a very difficult and very stressful time. So wanted to be sure to offer that to you because at the end of the day, we do want all of our couples to live happily ever after. And we know that is so cheesy, and that picture is so cheesy, but at the same time, it's also beautiful and adorable and special, because it really just doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we want all of our couples to have something that's special and intimate and beautiful just for them. And even in that picture, it is, in a home, and it is different than what we pictured, but just because it's different doesn't mean it needs to be bad. We know that in a lot of cases, the clients are just, really embracing this, and the ones that are just having the best time thinking about all the great things that they can do. So I know that part is really exciting for all of us. So we just leave you with that. We just want to say that we are, hopeful for you, and we're happy for you, and we want to support you however we can. So just give us a call or shoot us an email or a wish list, and we are here for you, whatever you need. Thank you.
Okay. So next up, we'll have Amy with finishing touches.
Is there a sponsor of this?
And then just remind everybody that VCI was our sponsor for this. All right, Amy, we're ready for you. And you're still on mute, just to let you know.
There we go.
There you go.
All right. Well, hi, everyone. I am Amy Working, and I am the owner of Finishing Touches Wedding and Events. And I just want to thank you all for coming and participating in this new way of wedding shows. I think this is kind of fun. So thanks for everybody who put that on. So a little bit about myself is I have been doing weddings for over 12 years. Hard to believe that it's been that long. I actually started out as a wedding DJ, so not my cup of tea. And then I went to work for a wedding venue, had a blast doing that, started planning, started my company through that. We actually started with rentals and then kind of got thrown into planning, and now I just can't live without it. So some things about how we do things, which might be a little bit different from some other companies, but kind of the same as well, is that we create custom packages that tailor to exactly what you as a client needs. There's not a cookie cutter wedding. There's no, you see all the books and all of the things on Pinterest at how to plan a wedding. Those are great guidelines, but as a planner, to get that personal touch and to create that wedding specifically tailored to you is priceless. Our prices are varied. We have rentals, we have design. I have an amazing team that comes and helps us do setups and takedowns. Yeah, so we just do a lot of various different stuff to make sure that your day runs as smoothly as possible. Yeah, gosh, talking about yourself is kind of hard. So some great ways to get in touch with us is definitely through our social media. We're on Instagram at finishin.touches. Our email is info@finishingtouchesidaho.com. We're also on Facebook. You can reach us. My phone number is in there too. We'd love to sit down and do free consultations with our clients, just to get to know you, make sure that we're on the same page and we're going to be the best fit for you. There's a planner out there for everybody, which is kind of nice. So yeah, we are pretty flexible with dates. We are booking for 2021. With this crazy new world of COVID, we are definitely going to have an exciting year. We still do have, surprisingly enough, some dates in August still open. But so if you're an August bride, definitely reach out and give us a call. But definitely for next year, or even if you just need guidance or have some questions, we'll sit down with you regardless. COVID is a new little world that we are living in, has sparked a lot of questions and a lot of concerns. Reach out to us. We definitely will be more than happy to guide you through this, help you create elopement packages. We can do all sorts of things just to help you guys out. We're here for you. Regardless if you book us or if we're busy or whatever, we're here for you. We want to make sure that you guys are all taken care of. Think of anything else. Sorry, I have my sidekick. Yeah, I can't think of really anything else. We do custom flowers through a couple different florists here in the valley to make sure that you get the flowers that you need. Same with rentals. Idaho Tents and Events, of course, is our go-to for all of our rental needs. Thanks again to ITE and IBL for putting this together. It's kind of cool. Do we have any questions, Jason?
Yes, we do have a couple questions. So we got, what wedding trends are you seeing this year?
Wedding trends that we're seeing a lot of very elegant, but with like an Idaho boho twist. Lots of different metals. The colors this year haven't been one color stream. It's been a great variety of colors. People are really just customizing a lot of different takes, whether it's elegant, rustic, boho, a lot of that. A lot of people are just mixing them all together, which is kind of fun. It's a little bit different, kind of new.
Okay, and then we have another one. What are your favorite types of brides to work with?
I don't really have any favorite types of brides. They're all unique and all special in their own ways. From the ones that do the, I don't know, you're the planner, you figure it out. Those are a lot of fun, to the ones that are very precise and they know exactly what they want is fun too. Like, I don't know, I don't have any favorites, to be really honest. There's not one type that's better than another.
Okay, and then our last one is, what precautions should you take during COVID when you're having a wedding?
Always have a backup plan. go into your planning and go into knowing that you just have a plan B. That just knowing that you have that in your back pocket is such a huge relief. I have, in fact, one that I was supposed to have tomorrow, and we had a plan B set in motion, but since COVID is there and that is part of our world, we actually are canceling it. So, but we have a plan B, and the bride and groom are very thankful that we have a plan B so that we can move forward and still get really excited. They're going to do something great and special tomorrow. So to make sure that they're just doing a real super small ceremony, and then we're going to have amazing reception a little later. So having a plan B is a great option. Even probably a plan C might be a good one too.
Okay, and that was all the questions.
Okay. Question. Oh, somebody else. Oh, that's actually a really good one. So a good question that just got presented to me personally was, why do you need a planner? Well, because of situations like COVID, we take care of it. We will go ahead and we will do all of the footwork to make sure that you guys have a stressless day. We always strive for a stress-free day, but we're advocates for the bride and groom, so we will always be there for you. We will help guide you, stay on track with your budgets, create timelines, make sure that everything is going and to be finished by the day of. So we just really make sure and guide the whole process, taking so much stress off of the clients and their families and their friends. That's why we have a team to set up a takedown crew too, so that we can take that heat off of our family and friends too. Weddings are stressful. We know that, so let us take the stress for you. So, question about that one?
No questions yet.
No questions? Okay. Where do we go from there? So as far as another great reason why to have a planner is obviously this weather. This weather is phenomenal today. It's absolutely gorgeous and rainy. So you have to have somebody in your corner to make those hard decisions, to be able to revamp and recreate and make sure that your wedding day is going to stay dry. So, yeah, I can't think of anything else other than give us a call. I don't. What? Oh, yeah, I could do this. So we've been published too, and actually through Idaho Press, we've been published a couple times. Through Zion Brides, we've been published, A Princess Bride. So we've been published quite a few times for styled shoots. We love doing styled shoots because we get to be really super creative and really show how far we can go. It's really, the creative part is really fun. I do enjoy that part. So, good job.
So our next question is, what do you do when nothing's going right with the wedding?
Oh, take a deep breath first. Take a deep breath and step back and look at the situation to be able to come up with different ways of fixing the problem. Say that the bridesmaids, one of the bridesmaids' dresses tore. So you have to sit back and look back at that and say, okay, how do I fix this? If somebody gets sick, what do I need to do? The food is late. What do we need to do? So just step back, take a deep breath, go down your chain of how to fix it and come up with the best possible solution.
So what would you do at a wedding if all the vendors were running late?
Hoofda. Oh, actually, there's lots of things that you can do. All of the vendors are running late. You just try to keep the bride calm as possible and not let her know that they're late. Distract her. Distract everybody to make sure that they're okay. Contact those vendors and find out when they're going to be there. Timelines are great. They're a great guideline, but they're not set in stone because sometimes traffic happens and somebody's late or somebody forgot something. Say a photographer forgot one of their lenses. We just step back and kind of distract and deter and make up the time. Change it up a little bit.
Okay. The next one is, how much do you charge for your services?
That varies. Our day of coordination package starts at $7.95, and then our full planning package starts at $17.95. So, but we customize those to however they need them to be customized. Say they've got pretty much everything done and they just need us to kind of guide them through, then I don't need to go to tastings if it's already done. So we customize those packages for everybody. Well, that's a good one. Brides on budget. Ooh, brides on budget. Oh goodness, budgets are fun. Such a numbers game. But brides has a tendency to go across or over their budget a little bit, and we got to scale something back. We sit down and we'll sit down a lot. See where we can skim off and see where we can make the dollar stretch a little bit more. Budgets are super important because nobody needs to go in the poorhouse as they are getting married. It's one of my goals is to make sure that nobody is in financial destitute. So we play around with numbers to make sure that we are staying in budget best as we can.
And then we got another question. With COVID, are you still recommending bridal suites?
Depends on the situation. Bridal suites are, bridal suites are great. It's a great place for everybody to kind of hang out and such. If there's anybody that is concerned about COVID and being in one spot together, then of course we readjust and say they're going to get ready at, the bride and maybe her sister is going to get married at get ready at mom's house. And for tomorrow, everybody's going to FaceTime in as they're all getting ready. So they're still together, but they're going to be separate so that they can still have their social distancing. But it's pretty much based on how the venue feels and how the bride and groom feel about that in their bridal party. Kind of take everything one step at a time.
Okay, so we're closing in on 5 minutes. We got a couple more questions for you.
Perfect.
What are the 3 main benefits of hiring a planner?
Oh, 3. The best one is keeping on task. That's probably my number one reason is to keep on task, to make sure that everything from start to finish is done and completed in a timely manner, so there's no stress. There's a lot of I's and a lot of T's I's dotted and T's that need to be crossed when planning a wedding, so you just want to make sure that those are done. The other one is definitely the budget, keeping everybody on task, keeping the bride and groom on task for budget, making sure that we're not going over. And taking, probably the third best reason is really just being the forefront, being that advocate for the bride and groom, speaking on their behalf, taking care of them and making sure that their needs are all being met and heard. So.
Okay, and then what sort of things are you guys doing for distancing during the COVID-19?
Spreading out tables, adding extra tables in to make sure that our guests are separated out more. So say for a guest count of 150. Typically we use 19 tables. We're boosting that up to like 22, 23 tables so that everybody's seating further away from each other. All of our staff is in masks. All of our servers, our bartenders, everybody is in masks to help protect. So, doing the best that we can, for sure.
How far are you guys willing to travel for weddings?
Pretty much any, actually. I've done weddings in Montana, Washington, Oregon, Idaho. So I'm willing to go where needed. I love traveling. I love the traveling ones. They're a lot of fun.
All right, so we got about 2.5 minutes. Can you just remind everybody how to reach you and where you're located?
Absolutely. So I work out of my home. I have, my shop is here with all of my decorations. So the best way to reach me to come and see all that kind of stuff is definitely through email, which is again, info@finishingtouchesidaho.com, or through social media, and of course my cell phone is a great way to reach me as well.
All right, well, I think that's about it. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys very much for stopping by, and please reach out if you guys have any questions. I am here.
So next up, we have Aaron Olson with Dreamer Events.
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Perfect. Awesome. Just give me the nod when you're ready.
We're ready.
Okay, perfect.
Right.
Hey everyone, I am Erin from Dreamer Events. I'm going to share my screen with you for a little slideshow presentation. Thanks for coming, and I look forward to answering your questions and answers at the end.
I'd be happy to help out with that.
Oh, that's fun. Alexa's trying to help us out during this process. Okay, technical difficulties, of course. No, come on. There we go. There we go. All right. Sorry, back one. So again, I am Dreamer Events. I'm Erin, the dreamer behind Dreamer Events. I started the business about 15 months ago after being in the industry for over 6 years. I have had the privilege of working in a couple different states for a couple of amazing wedding companies, working side by side, and also as a lead planner and designer. A little about me. I am a mother of 3 and a fur baby. I've been with my husband for a little over 20 years. We have been in the Boise area since 2014 and consider this home of homes, even from being from the Pacific Northwest. We truly just feel that Boise embodies everything that we are about and everything that we love about our community, just like you. We want to make sure at Dreamer Events that your events are personalized. Throughout the whole experience, we really just want to make sure that it's all about you, that we listen to your needs and the things that matter most to you. So to get you started through the process with us, We love to be able to meet with you in person, to be able to get to know each other, to be able to listen to each other's thoughts, to be able to really let me hear what it is that is going to be meaningful and helpful for us to be able to bring you the best service possible through this entire experience. And with all of that information, I'm able to tailor a quote that is specific to your needs. I don't want to put you in a package that has items and things that you're never going to use. I don't want you to pay for stuff that you're never going to use. I truly want you to pay for the services that you're only going to use and the services that are going to matter most and make your experience stress-free. So how do we do that? On day one, you get so much when you sign with Dreamer Events. You get unlimited communication. That's everything from emails and text. We love to schedule phone calls and video chats with you, just so that we have your complete attention and you have ours. Everybody has distractions, especially with the days of COVID. We have pets walking across screens and kids playing in the background, but still we want to be able to set that side of time for you. And the other great things is that we have vendors in our community who are offering you discounts as clients of ours. And the greatest aspect of our business for you is Aisle Planner. What is Aisle Planner, you ask? Aisle Planner is a wedding cloud-based online planning system that is streamlined to make the process as easy for you as it is for us to be able to help you through it. Leading to the next part, which is it's collaborative. Not only do you get to be on it, but we are right there by your side throughout the whole process, adding in the ability to give you personalized checklists. From our meetings, we can take notes and be able to put them in your checklist and be like, remember you wanted to call the officiant and ask for verbiage, or the general checklist that we have to be able to, it starts from a year out, and even if you're only 6 months out, it gives you that opportunity to go from 6 months out until weeks after your wedding, to be able to see the items that may matter most to you, but that you're totally forgetting that you need to buy them, or you need to make sure that you set that aside. So once we get through all the checklists and stuff like that, the next thing on your mind is probably budget. It's the largest part of a wedding, and we want to make it easy for you. So with Aisle Planner's help, we have the estimated ability to show you the vendors and what their estimated costs are for our area, or the area where your wedding is going to be held. With that, we can chat with you to be able to find out if flowers don't matter to you, we can maneuver your budget to be able to spend it on your catering. Or if your hair and makeup for your whole bridal party is really something that's truly important to you and you want to budget that in, we can help maneuver the budget around with the ability to see all of the numbers in one place on Aisle Planner. And it's fantastic because it shows what you've paid and what you still owe. And it, you can see the graph on there. I know it's a little bit small, but it shows you, the dark green for what you've actually spent versus what you're estimated to spend. It's quite spectacular. I absolutely love it. Next, we get to go to timeline creation. We build a timeline for you that's very specific to your day. At our final walkthrough, we sit down and we really pick it apart and move things around. And with this timeline, we have the ability to take it to each vendor specifically. So it'll get rid of everything that they don't need to see and really just hone in on what they need to see for the day, and we send it out to them. We can do the same thing for your family and friends. If you have a whole week of plans, we can literally build a week's worth of timeline for your family and friends to see where they need to be, what's going on. Are we going hiking? Are we going out to a bar to eat? It's very vast, and we love that the flexibility is there for you. We also have wedding-specific calendars on Aisle Planner. Again, it's all in one location. Being able to put the things that matter most to you, due dates, meetings between us, meetings with other vendors, tastings, all those amazing things can be found in that place, and we can build on them together. Guest management. You're asking me, how do I do my RSVPs? Where do I put my food restrictions? Where do I put how many people are coming with my uncle's family? Are all of my cousins coming? With this guest management tool, it breaks that all down for you, and it gives you the option to be able to use an Excel formatted spreadsheet that's already built for you to be able to move information that you've already gathered over and into Aisle Planner seamlessly. It's quite fantastic too. I can't talk enough about Aisle Planner, but I'm going to. I'm just going to keep going. So stick with me a little bit longer, and I think you'll truly enjoy it. We also have for our full coordination clients and design clients the ability to have Design Studio. Design Studio basically takes Pinterest straight to your wedding. We can break it down into files and groups and take color palettes from those pictures to pull the colors that you truly love the most, to put the styles together, and so that you can show me and I can show you ideas. Even at 1 o'clock in the morning, if you wake up and you can't sleep, you can go on the Aisle Planner, and in the morning I'll be able to see what you've been working on and we can chat about it. Next is your wedding website builder. You don't have to have a website builder on all of these different websites. You don't have to have RSVP control on all these other websites. Aisle Planner streamlines this process for you. And again, it gives you the ability to give your guests all of the information that they need, from hotel bookings to excursions throughout the week or weekend, the brunch the next morning. It's great. It really is. And the last thing that I truly love about Aisle Planner is that all of our invoices and contracts are in Aisle Planner also. On a safe and secure network, you have the ability to make payments and sign documents in your bed, on your tablet, on your phone while you're at work. It is truly amazing. And as you can tell, I really love it. I love the things and the aspects that it brings my clients, the streamlined collaborative ability that we have together to make this happen. One of the other amazing things that I feel sets us apart from so many of the Valley's planners and coordinators is that I have teamed up with local vendors who believe in the same things that I do, that our clients need to be pampered and their families and bridal parties need to be pampered throughout this whole process, not just the week before your wedding, but from the moment you sign from us, we send you a very specific vendor list here in the local Treasure Valley so you can just go to them and they have percentages and deals off for you and your fiance, for your parents, for your bridal party. It is amazing, and I cannot thank these vendors enough for joining forces with me. I don't get anything from it other than being able to share this with you guys, and I love it so much. So many of my clients have utilized almost all of these resources, and they rave about it. So I hope that you will enjoy that too. Every detail from start to finish, we are right alongside, taking you through the process, making sure that your dream is seen through and that your guests feel every element in some way, shape, or form. Here's just a few designs that we've done throughout this last year and a half as Dreamer Events. Just the elements, just the story that they tell. Soft palettes, rustic, vintage. It's just amazing. This client really liked to read, and she loves spring wildflowers, so that's what we brought into her table setting. And just the florals and buildings. So we built all these elements in to the halo florals, the big flowers. She really wanted something statement piece because it was outdoors in this wide open space. We really just love bringing those elements into our clients' vision on their day, and they love it so much. And if there's something that matters to you, if you and your fiance are huge softball players, those kind of elements can be brought in so easily into the day. We love mobile bars. We love dessert tables. We love donuts. We love all of those things just like you do. And we love to incorporate them and find ways to fit within your budget. That is the key phrase. Fit the things that you love into your budget. Notice we have a smaller dessert table here. it plays into the fact that your guests, they don't need to eat a ton of cake, a ton of candy, but they still get a taste of sweetness and still get that mobile bar feel. The vast open outdoors are just amazing, and Idaho is full of them. We have beautiful sceneries, and they are the things that dreams are made of. But we also have some amazing indoor venues too, and I cannot wait to share those with you. From start to finish, again, we have you covered. We want to make sure that we take those elements, that your stress level is down, that your timelines are streamlined and perfect and really fit into your day without you feeling like, okay, I have to be here at 11, I have to be here at 2. No, we make sure to make you feel like the day is smooth and easygoing. Will there be hiccups? Yes, but our hope is that with us by your side, you won't feel them, that we will take the brunt of those bumps and hiccups throughout the day. Here's how you can reach us. If you want to check out some more about what we do here at Dreamer Events, maybe find out what some of our packages are, meet the rest of our team, feel free to log on to dreamerevents.com. You can also email me directly, Erin@dreamerevents.com. Ask me anything. I'm an open book, and I truly just want to be here for you and answer your questions. And you can go on to Facebook and Instagram and follow us there at dreamerevents.com, Dreamer Events Boise for both of those. I am so grateful that you took the time to watch my PowerPoint, and I am ready for any questions that you guys may have for me.
It's not looking like we have any questions yet.
Perfect. Not a problem. Yeah, they're not teasing when you bomb through these.
Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
No, it's been great to be working in the Valley, especially on my own, and knowing that there's a lot of competent planners out there, and to be another one along that line has been great. The vendors in the area outside of that, caterers, venues, florists, we have some amazing vendors here in this area, and to be able to draw from those past experiences and bring those to our clients is truly, it's an amazing ability that we have here in the Valley.
So we do have one question. What are you guys doing with the whole COVID? Are you social distancing?
Yeah, so all of our new client meetings have been via face chat. We have tried to, since March, be in contact with all of our clients at least once a month, if not more, depending on their needs. And because of Aisle Planner, it gives us the ability to still bring on new clients because we can do all of our contracts and invoicing and payments online. We don't have to have any direct contact, and we still get to see each other's face and be able to communicate and keep in touch. And really, it's like we're in person anyway, so it works out well.
What kind of wedding trends are you seeing this year?
Yeah, so wedding trends are going a little bit bolder. The color palette is definitely more jewel toned. Because a lot of weddings have reduced in size, they're able to do a lot more place settings. So glassware is really big. Also, silver is starting to come back in. So silverware is starting to come in, which is really nice because it's that classic beauty. Gold is beautiful, but to see a little bit more of that silver coming back is kind of nice.
Could you elaborate on your concierge services?
Yeah. So through the partnerships that I have with vendors, I can't give them away until you are a signed client, but it ranges anywhere from teeth whitening to facials, both male and female facials, massages, boudoir photo shoots, all those things in discounted prices from these specific vendors to be able for you to utilize, again, for you and your immediate family and your whole bridal party, both the guys and the gals.
So we got about 3 minutes left. You want to just remind everybody how to contact you?
Absolutely. You can go to dreamerevents.com. Again, check out our bios, the rest of our team, and the packages that we offer. And again, with those packages, we don't really stick to packages. They're more of just a, hey, here's kind of where you can be lumped into. And then you can go to, you can email me at erin@dreamerevents.com. I'm welcome to any questions that you may have after this. And let's see, Instagram and Facebook, Dreamer Events Boise. Both of those are on Dreamer Events Boise's name.
I don't remember if I asked this one yet. Did I ask you about the wedding trends you're seeing this year?
Yes. Yep. That would be silver and bold tones.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, well, that should wrap it up. Thank you, Erin.
Perfect. Thank you. Nice seeing you guys.
So I'd just like to take this time to remind everybody that VCI is our sponsor for this event. Next up, we have Maya from Maid of Honesty. Hi, Maya. All right, Maya, you're on mute. Whenever you're ready, just go ahead.
All right, awesome. Thank you. Is the Q&A here, is that for this session? Maybe not.
I think it was for the last one.
Okay, cool. Great.
Yeah, we'll just answer questions at the end. We have about 5 minutes left.
Perfect. Okay, well, I'm just going to go ahead and get started. And my name's Maya. So I am so super excited to be here today, you guys, and to do this presentation. I personally could, it's probably going to be a struggle because I could talk about weddings and events all day long, but I only get 20 minutes with you guys. So we're going to do the best we can to plug through this. A little bit of framework about this presentation is I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and my experience, and then talk a little bit about what you may experience or have already been experiencing, and then introduce you to some services that may provide you some support during your wedding planning process. And at the end, I hope to have some time for some Q&A and just to provide you with my contact information. So a little bit about myself. I've done events for over 20 years. I've done events of all sizes, from 2 guests all the way to 20,000 guests, and with many different budgets, from $2,000 to no budget at all. So I like to think that I'm pretty versatile in that sense. In 2012, I was awarded Boise's top event promoter. I actually started by doing concerts and working with independent artists, and that evolved into doing like family events, which I absolutely loved. After doing the family events, that slowly moved into me managing a event venue in Eagle, Idaho, which was a beautiful and gorgeous, still is a gorgeous event venue. And so the last 4 years, my primary focus has been luxury weddings, and I will do any type of wedding, but it's just that the venue that I was managing at that time, it's just a really gorgeous and luxury type of event venue. So that is me in a little bit of a nutshell. I just, decided recently in January, I was like, I just love working with brides so much and working with their families that I'm just going to start my own business and doing event planning and management and whatnot. And then in March, COVID came along and kind of impacted all of us, right? So yeah, I'm really super excited to be here today, and super grateful for our sponsors and IBL Events, and I've done their Idaho Dream Wedding Expo, so it's just such an honor and pleasure to be here today. So a few different things happen after you say yes. A few different events take place, and it usually starts off by just the overall excitement, like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. It's finally happened. You put a ring on it. You get your nails done so you can start posting on social media, like, hashtag I said yes, hashtag I said duh, hashtag it's about time maybe, right? So it's super fun. And that's kind of like just a really wonderful and great experience. But then after, it's like you start telling people that you are engaged and you let that news out, you start getting some questions, right? You might get some comments, a little bit of advice that you didn't ask for, and that can kind of spur some anxiety and just the feeling of being like lost and like, okay, so like, what do I do next? Like, I'm not really quite sure what to do. What are these steps? And I always tell people, like, you should not be a professional at getting married, right? Like, you shouldn't be a professional at knowing all of this information. And so when people are hitting you with all these different questions, you might just start feeling a little lost and not knowing what to do. And that's where we come in. Our mission at Maid of Honesty is basically to create an effortless wedding experience. We also think it's extremely important to respect your budget. We provide organization and a clear direction all the way to your wedding day. So you should never ever feel like, I don't know what to do next. I don't know who to ask, where to go. Like, all of that is laid out for you so that you're able to move forward, moving to the next step with a sense of security, comfort, confidence, vital information so that you can enjoy the entire wedding planning process. Okay, super important. And ultimately, we just want to eliminate any stress points before and during your wedding. I do want to add, I do say we, because although I am in Idaho, I just opened up a branch of Maid of Honesty in Montana. So we work in Idaho and Montana, and so I do have to mention that. So our services are, we provide consultation, day of management, full wedding planning, and wedding design. So, and as you see, I always put all of my pricing just right up front. It's super important to me that I am very transparent with pricing. Weddings are expensive, so numbers should always be shown and should be like right up front, in my opinion. So these are the services that that we provide. Just kind of breaking them down. Consultation only. So this is actually probably, I would say, one of the main reasons why I wanted to start to branch off and do my own thing. And it was really just because when you start planning your wedding, you don't know any of this information and you don't know this stuff. So you walk into a whole other world with different vendors asking, you questions and speaking a completely different language. And that could be really frustrating, and it could be just kind of like, leave you with a feeling of defeat. Like, I have no idea what they're asking me. So that's what this consultation is for. It's really for anybody. It's for anyone who is, it could be for the bride, the groom, the mom, your sister, your maid of honor, anybody who's making decisions in your wedding. is more than welcome to take this course. It's really like a crash course on the wedding industry overall. I have met with people who are just starting to be wedding planners. I have met with people who are just starting to open up wedding venues. So it just kind of covers all of that information, and it allows you the control, like gives you control back so that you can meet with vendors and feel knowledgeable, about what you're talking about. So we'll go over who you should book first, industry standards like cake cutting, like, yeah, you have to actually pay somebody to cut your wedding cake, corkage fees, event production fees, insurance requirements, and what is your responsibility to ensure that your insurance stays valid throughout your wedding, questions to ask your vendors, certain deadlines. I will give you vendor referrals. It's important also that I mention that even though I do offer other services, it does not mean that just because you have a consultation with me, you have to have day of coordination with me, or you have to. I can give you referrals to many different wedding vendors. I've worked with so many different wedding vendors here in the Treasure Valley and in Montana, and I'd be happy to give some referrals there. And just helping you understand cost, like why does somebody have to pay to, get their cake cut, and distributed to the guests, and of course your own personal Q&A. So that's the consultation only. It's $150. You usually get about 2 to 3 hours, and it's a really great service. Very low commitment. Low. It's not intimidating. We could do that face to face on a Zoom call. We could do that, on FaceTime, whatever you're comfortable with. But it's a wealth of information, so I strongly suggest that. The other service that I provide would be your day of management. So it's called day of management, but it's actually like we're working with you 3 months leading up to your wedding day. So what we would do with day of coordination and day of management is I would review all of the vendor contracts. You may have already picked your photographer, your florist, your venue or whatnot. And then I would meet with all of them, create a master timeline, and distribute it to all of the vendors. I would absorb that communication with the vendors so that you can focus on other things. Floor plans, seating, food restrictions, the rehearsal, ceremony and reception management. I would be the point of contact for that. And it's really just relieving you of all that stress and all of the questions that you could, be bombarded with, and just filtering all of that so that you're not feeling anxious, you're not feeling stressed out, and you feel in control. I really strongly suggest a day of manager, regardless of who you select. Like I'm just saying, I really feel like it's so important because you spend all of this time planning all of the details of this wedding day, right? Like all the way down to the napkin fold. And then the day of, you're in hiding. So you're spending thousands of dollars, and you're just trusting, I hope everybody's taking my money seriously, right? So I really do encourage that you have at least a day of manager for your special day, because you need somebody who's going to make sure that everything that you've asked for, planned for, and paid for is going correctly. All right, so that's the day of wedding management. The estimated cost for that is $1,200, and yeah, so that's day of management. The other service is full wedding management. Okay, so this is get ready to be best friends with me. Okay, because I am all up in your business when it comes to full wedding management. I want to know family dynamics. I want to know if Aunt Lisa can't sit next to Aunt Alice because they just don't get along, or if Uncle Chris is going to have too much to drink and keeping him away from the bridesmaids, whatever that may be. We will get through it together. Okay, so that is all of the above mentioned: consultation, day of management, and also vendor research. So what I would do for full wedding management is you're basically telling me your wedding, and then I do all the footwork. So I will reach out to vendors. I'll get the price comparison. I will put those in front of you and let you choose and see, like, if you think that those do meet your wishes or your overall vision and what you're hoping for. And of course, budget structure, making sure that all of those vendors and whatnot fit within your wishes for your budget. Also assisting with travel for out-of-state guests and planning your timeline, sending you reminders of which vendors need to be paid, who needs to get payments, deposits, and whatnot, and just helping you stay on track just so that it's like, I feel like your emotions can kind of take over. There's just so much going on and so much excitement that you don't want to be bogged down with these additional stressors. Right? So I'm really happy to take that on and do that. Like I said, this is usually about a year of service or 250 hours of service, but it's totally worth it. And it's great to be able to really enjoy the process and know that somebody else is kind of managing all of the logistics. And that estimated cost is $3,500. Okay. The next is, I don't want to run out of time, and I feel like I'm, the next would be wedding design. So wedding design is, it's lots of fun. It's totally different because it's not like your wedding planning or your day of coordination. Wedding design is really like aesthetically like how it looks. Okay, so that could be us sitting down and going over Pantones, decor budget review and planning. So we want to talk about like, what's your budget? And like, show me your Pinterest board, and we'll kind of go over all of those things on how things look. All right. So it's just really strategic planning. We're going to create a lookbook together so that you have something tangible to give to different vendors and let them see like what your vision is and what you're hoping for. This is also up to about, I would say, a year or so of service, about 125 hours, and just putting all of those together. What we really ultimately want to do with this wedding design package is create some really great awe factors for your guests, okay? We want them to walk into your wedding and you'd be like, oh my gosh, look at that. Oh my gosh, this is so them. This is a really great opportunity to ensure that your wedding day reflects your personalities and the love that you guys share, okay? So that is wedding design. And ultimately, we've got, like I said, transparency is everything. So I like to be super transparent with my pricing. Consultation is $150, day of management $1,200, full wedding management, that's about $3,500, and wedding design is $1,500. So those are all of the numbers. We like to keep everything as streamlined as possible. Weddings have so many different details, so many different factors, but everyone's story is different, and everybody should also have the opportunity to have a unique experience, for their wedding day. So that is me. I'd love to connect. You can find me on Instagram. I am actually going live right now. I'm doing this live on Instagram. maidofhonesty.net is my website. Feel free to text or call if you have questions. And yeah, that's all I got. Do we have any questions at all, Jason?
We do. We have about 5 minutes left to get these. So our first one is, what are the benefits of hiring a coordinator?
So the benefits of hiring a coordinator are many, okay? So I will say that having that one point of contact, what's really great is that person's actually also able to capture any of your pleasant surprises. So say people who didn't RSVP, I actually have a really good tip and trick to try to keep people RSVPing. So you have a final head count, and it allows everybody space to sit, places to, enough food, but that day of coordinator, is looking at all the contracts that you guys have and also making sure that those contracts work together. Some venues may require you to use all of their like dish and dinner sets in their contract, and some rental agencies will say, well, this is a full dinner package, you have to use all of it. And if those contracts don't match and you sign 2 contracts, you know, that's like something that you wouldn't know, but your day of coordinator would totally know that. You know, your day of coordinator is going to have an emergency kit on hand in case somebody's heel broke. So if a best man forgot a tie, they can send their assistant to go get a tie. These are all things that have actually happened during weddings, by the way. So if they see that the cake is melting or sliding a bit, they immediately like run and take care of that stuff. Somebody forgets utensils, they can run and, you know, get utensils to cut the cake. There's so many things that can happen during a wedding that you actually should never even know about, because your day of coordinator is just handling all of those things left and right. So, and like I said, you spend so much money and planning on your special day that you should have somebody that's representing you well and making sure that everything is going as planned and as you expected.
Okay, and our next question is, should I still have a bridal suite with COVID?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm super Machiavellian. So honestly, right now I'm planning, all of my weddings that I'm planning are if we're open and also with like COVID. But yeah, bridal suite, absolutely. Have your own space. I think, is that the question? Just having a bridal suite?
Yes.
Jason? Oh, okay. Yeah. It's good to have a bridal suite because then you're also able to kind of have somewhere to stow your belongings and to take a break away, you know, to go and refresh. Wedding days are super long. They start at like 8 in the morning and they end at 10 in the evening. Sometimes making sure that you even have little snacks in there so that you can have enough food throughout the day. You're not getting lethargic on your wedding day. So absolutely, I definitely do believe that you should have a space or a bridal suite for with or without COVID.
All right, what would you do if vendors are running late? I actually plan enough time. So I have internal deadlines that I set as far as a timeline, and then a hard deadline. So if a vendor is not there, like say a vendor is supposed to be there at 4 o'clock, on the timeline, I will set the vendor to be there by 3 o'clock so that if the vendor is not there in time, then I can remedy that and I have an entire hour to fix whatever issue, or if that vendor's not there, I'm calling them like, where are you? What's your ETA? But also giving me enough time to remedy that issue. So I've not had any issues like that before, but that's why it's really super important to always have a plan A, B, and C and be ready for the unexpected. But yeah, I've not ever had an issue with that. Okay.
With flowers, actually, once, and I've had to go to Fred Meyer and get flowers, but that was it.
Do you have any preferred vendors that you use?
You know, I do have vendors that I've had really great experiences with, but I also feel like the best, I have vendors that I work really well with, but I always feel like you should go with whoever you vibe with. That is just because somebody may have, like vendors may get along great with each other, but what is the client's experience with the vendors, right? It could be 2 totally different things. Like the DJ may get along with the venue, but that's just because, you know, they do business together and they work well together. And this is me being honest, okay? But that DJ may not have as high ratings with all of their clients, right? So I really think it's important for you to work with whoever you connect with. And also ultimately, I do like working with people who are experienced in doing weddings or have a strong knowledge of weddings, because you do have to start somewhere, right? But so yeah,
I have a great referrals that I can give referrals to, but I don't have like a preferred vendor list. Like you have to work with these certain vendors. No, not at all.
Okay. Looks like our time's up. So
Okay.
any last words or information you'd like to give out?
Congratulations. Congratulations, you guys. Have so much fun. This is just such a memorable time in your lives. So have fun and enjoy.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
All right. So next up, we have Shelby with EventRent.
It's actually Lance.
Yeah, it is Lance.
Well, anyways, I wanted to just start with an introduction and tell all the people involved, yourself, Jason, the rest of the IT team, IBL, everybody. I just want to say thanks for allowing us to be a part of this. So anyways, I wanted to give you a little bit of information about what EventRent does and what kind of services we provide. So we pretty much do everything from the smallest items to the largest items. You're able to rent anything from dishes, linens, tables, chairs, staging, dance floor, any sort of audio-visual equipment, lighting options, tenting. We also do a lot of custom setups between like drapery and other kind of design pieces, but basically it's kind of like you rent to do it yourself. We also carry a lot of variety, so it's always best to come in and check things out. I wanted to give you a little bit brief history about EventRent and what and our family and how the whole company started. So we're a locally owned and operated business owned by we have two owners, which are actually my brother and sister-in-law. All three of us have worked together for over about 20 years. Between the three of us, we have over 80 years of experience in the industry, and we take a lot of care and a lot of personal attention to how the business is ran, the staff, and we are always all available 24/7. Our job is to make sure that we're creating strong relationships with all of you, and we are very honored to be able to help you with your needs. One of the other things we want to talk about before I hand it over, we just wanted to address how we are handling COVID and the safety precautions that we are taking. We are actually, we have our dishes and linen team, they're always wearing masks and gloves, and we're making sure that every product that we send out is sanitary. When it comes to on-site and site visits, we do, whether it's deliveries or consultations, all of the staff has hand sanitizer and is available to wear a mask that we offer to them. And just depending on even people who come into the store, consultation-wise, we always have masks available, whether people prefer to wear them or not. And we just want to make sure that we were letting everybody who's watching this know that we're doing all we can to be safe. And I just want to say thank you very much. And I'll hand it off to Shelby here.
Right. So first, I just want to say congratulations to all the brides. I know it's been a really rough start to the year with all the COVID craziness, and my heart goes out to all of you that possibly had to postpone. So just know that we're here to help you and make your wedding day the best that it absolutely can be. So first off, I wanted to go over some of the services that we offer here at EventRent. First one being CAD layouts. It's a free service that we offer. So basically it creates a 3D image layout map. And I do have a couple examples. I know it's really hard to see, but this is like a wedding layout example that we do. And then that was on a blank canvas, by the way. This way is a 3D image of Google Earth, so we can actually directly place it right into your venue or your backyard, and kind of give you that 3D look. And we also do them for large corporate events as well. So I've done this one where I did a 3D Google image, and then I just placed the tent and the tables and chairs into the CAD image. So that is one of the services that we offer free of charge. Another service that we offer for you guys is site visits. So it's kind of go along with the CAD visits, because sometimes it's hard to tell on Google Earth or just having a phone conversation what the area might look like or if a certain tent might fit. So we will come out free of charge for on-site consultations. We can measure, we can take pictures that will help build that custom CAD. And if you can't, figure out table sizes to go under tents or anything like that, those are things we can help you with on site as well. Something that we really take pride in here at EventRent is our availability. We are always available day and night. So all of us sales team members, we will gladly give you our cell phone numbers. We will be on the job sites, especially for the large ones, but even the weddings as well, just to make sure the setup is going okay, things are going smoothly, that you're feeling comfortable, we're feeling comfortable. And if you ever need anything, please don't hesitate. Call, text, email. We're always going to be available for you because we understand how stressful this day can be for you. We also have an on-call number. So 2 of our operations team members are always on call over the weekend, during the night. So if there's anything, emergencies, we know they happen, we know they come up, and you might need something. So you can call that number as well. Somebody can come out, assist, check a generator, check lights, anything that might be going on. So that's something we really, really want you guys to understand is we are here for you. One thing that sets us apart from other places we feel is the relationships we build with our clients. I consider you more friends than we do our clients, so to speak. So we'll spend 5 minutes with you, or we'll spend 5 days with you helping you plan an event. Whatever you need, we will be there for you. We don't work off of a commission. We don't want to look at you as just another number. We really want to build that personal bond, helping you create your day, making it your dreams come true, making your event come to life, everything that you ever dreamed of. Something that we really just want to make sure that you understand is we work for you, we're here for you. Anything you need, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We've got your back 100%. Another really fun thing that we offer are these handmade custom sales books. So we have them in store, so you can come into our showroom. Mary will be talking about some of those options next, but we'll have them available in the showroom. We have them available for checkout if you want to take one home as you're trying to plan your wedding day. But it's basically just a binder here that we've created. And on the inside, everything is sectioned out by tabs. So tables and chairs, dishes, linens, chargers, lawn furniture, all the different products that we offer, as well as all the different linen samples. So you can actually see that color in person, because I know sometimes seeing it online just doesn't do it justice. We do offer an online version of our sales book, but it's just like the front pages. Obviously, we can't send linen samples. We can send pictures, but we can send you a PDF version of the entire book, which will offer you pictures and lists of all of our products as well. So again, congratulations to all of the brides. I know it's been a really rough kind of go for 2020, but we do have some really other cool things that Mary, she's our new sales team member, is going to discuss with you next.
All right, so hi everybody, my name's Mary. I just kind of started with the sales team. I've been working in customer service up front, so I have a lot of experience with in-person consultations and all of our products. So that's a really cool thing that I can kind of bring with my experience here that I'd really love to kind of show you guys, all the brides when they're available. If you wanted to come in store, I'm happy to help in any way I can. So basically, I kind of wanted to just go over a little spiel about our products and kind of give you a little bit of an idea of what we offer. Like Lance and Shelby have said, like we offer so many products, have such a great variety that you guys are welcome to come in store, see it for yourself. We can send you online versions of pretty much everything, any way we can to, accommodate your guys' needs if you might not feel comfortable coming in store, which is totally fine. We have a really cool farm table. Let me move this a little bit for you to see right here. And so our farm tables are actually custom built. We had one of our team members build them to match our crossback chairs, actually like pretty identical. And so we hand built those and wanted to control the quality of our product. And so that's really why we took pride in these, and we take pride in them further, is because we know exactly what they are and what they will be and what you guys can expect as far as the product, the quality, the tangibility, and everything in between. We also build a lot of other products. So kind of along that same manufacturing idea, we build a lot of custom drapes, tent fabrics, special, boxes for things. We have the ability to do a lot of in-house things, including welding, sewing, really a variety of things. We can kind of make anything what you need it to be. We can offer exactly what we have in store, but there's always the possibility of making something further if that's something that you need. And we love to do that. It, helps us get creative in ways that, sometimes we don't know that we are. And, bringing those dreams and events that come to life is really what we're here for. And we're, like Shelby said, we're here for you guys. We work for you in a sense. We want everything to be perfect for you. Another really cool thing that we do free of charge is table mock-ups. So you guys can actually come into our store anytime, either by appointment. You can call ahead. We can make sure that it's just you in the showroom. Like whatever you need us to do, we're going to do for you. We just want to make sure that we, have the ability for you to see everything in person. So we offer those table mock-ups free of charge for that reason. And you guys can bring whoever. You can bring, your bridal parties. You can bring your mom, your dad. It doesn't matter. We're going to help you any way we can. And sometimes, like Shelby said, we'll spend 5 minutes to sometimes 5 hours and more. We're here to make anything that you need happen. And really, we're here all the time. So after hours, if you guys can't get off work by 5:30, because that's, we work 8:30 to 5:30 typically on a regular day. If you can't get that, that's okay. Like call us, let us know. We'll set something up with our sales team and come in, at the times that you guys are available. We're totally okay doing that. And that's really what we enjoy. I take a lot of pride in knowing the products just from my experience up front. And my favorite part is actually that decor and interacting with you guys. It's really what I enjoy. And so I'm happy to do that anytime, as well as the rest of our team is awesome and they definitely know their stuff. So we'll get you taken care of any way we can. And really, as far as other specialty items, we're always open for new ideas. If you guys are needing something, don't hesitate to ask. If, you're worried about pricing, if you're worried about sizing, let us know, because we're going to do everything we can to be as competitive as possible with anything that we do, and making sure that you guys are happy first. That's our number one goal in kind of taking care of you guys. Really, as far as kind of how we're starting to wrap things up here, I know we're probably getting close to our time. I just kind of wanted to say that, like, we're in Meridian, so we're here on Eagle Road, 600 North Eagle Road in Meridian, between Pine and Franklin, right down the street from RC Willey, super easy to get to. You can reach us at customer service at EventRentIdaho.com. We have a website too, IdahoEventRent.com, and you can actually send quotes quote requests through online if that's something that interests you more. So you can kind of, you know, tangibly pick what you want each time. We can also be reached by phone, 208-695-2121. We're available, you know, if there's nobody in store, there's always going to be that on-call person. So if you guys leave a message or can't reach anybody specifically right at that time, we will call you back in the most timely manner possible. And if it is an emergency, like with an event, or you guys need something last minute, like don't hesitate to let us know, because we're going to do everything we can to, you know, help you and make everything come to life. I think that's pretty much all I had. I think Lance is going to kind of come in and just drive the closing statement home, but I appreciate you guys so much, and congratulations to everybody.
All right, thanks, Mary. Well, I just wanted to again just reiterate that some of the ways that we try to separate ourselves from our competition. It looks like my head's cut off a little taller than the two gals. Anyways, we definitely are a 24/7 business. I'm sure both of the gals had discussed that we have a after-hours cell phone number, which is on our voicemail. All the management, we take turns doing like a rotation so that we're always available 24/7. Another couple things that we do different is we treat everybody as an individual, and we want to make sure that everybody is happy. I think we could probably now, if it's all right with you, Jason, open it up to questions if there's anything else we need.
We actually don't have any questions yet.
That's all right, buddy. How's things been for you?
Pretty good. Staying busy.
That's good, man. Same here. It's been a nice change of pace from almost doing nothing for a few months.
Yeah, for sure.
Sure. Cool. Well, think of anything else we're missing, Jason?
You just want to remind everybody how to reach you and where you're located?
Yeah. So EventRent is located at 600 North Eagle Road. That's in Meridian, Idaho. We're in between Pine and Franklin, right down the street from R.C. Willey. We actually share our building with Redline. So as you drove by, I'm sure you've seen the boats and RVs. We actually share the same facility with them. So that's an easy thing not to miss. It's also available off of Pine. You can get from, if you don't like Eagle Road, you can stay off of Pine and get through on Pine. There's Touchmark, which is right by Dairy West. And I believe it's a tile place right down there. And then, our telephone number is 208-695-2121. And then our website is www.idahoeventrent.com. So we're open 8:30 to 5:30 Monday through Friday, and 9 to 4 on Saturdays. But like Mary had mentioned, we take consultations or early in the morning, or even after people get off work in the evenings. So we're pretty much available anytime.
All right. Well, thank you, Lance.
All right. Is there anything else?
No, that was it. Thank you.
What was that? All right, buddy. We appreciate it very much.
All right, so next we have Seth Brown. He is with To Entertain You. Before that, I'd just like to give another shout out to VCI Audio for sponsoring this event. All right, Seth, we're ready when you are. You're still on mute, just to let you know.
Boom. How about now?
Perfect.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, so go ahead and tell us a little bit about what you got going on.
Howdy, my name is Seth Brown with To Entertain You. I'm a one-stop shop for all of your entertainment needs, and we make planning your wedding and celebrating your love the most magical thing possible.
So what all do you do?
Thank you. So, music is my specialty. So for everything from your after party and reception to the music before the ceremony and during and after, you name it, music is my big forte, and helping you find the right genre and the most talented artists that are available. There are a number of local and touring musicians that I work with. So everything from funk and blues and bluegrass to rock and roll of, pick any era, 70s, 80s, 90s, and today. Solo performers and songwriters, original artists, folk singers, you name it. Pretty much any type of music that you want, whether it be a live band or a DJ, I can help get you lined up with the best available talent at the best price as well, and help really remove a lot of the stress from planning your wedding and celebration. So in addition to the music for during the wedding day and etc., I also have a private party bus, which is where we're reporting live from at the back of the bus. It's a 34-foot long international champion with a diesel engine and loves adventures. So if you're looking for fun things to do for your bachelor and bachelorette party, also, that's where we specialize. So if you would like to do a wine tasting tour, brew tour, there are a number of urban tours that we can do in addition to longer distance day trips out of the area. And then some of the other specialties are taking people on adventures. That's right. So we're talking about hot springs. Who likes hot springs? Especially on a day like today, that'd be extra nice to get soaking right now. So for your bachelor, bachelorette party, we can make it a day trip or overnight and go to a magical hot springs resort. You can get, a whole lot of options for your package as far as what you want to do, whether it be massage or yoga or just the soaking and the round trip transportation. So one of the benefits of the party bus is that open containers are allowed. And since it's not, since it's after 5 o'clock somewhere and I'm not driving today, cheers to y'all and to your love. Yes, indeed. So open containers are allowed on the bus, and you can pick the music that you want. You could have a DJ or a live performer on the bus while on the way to your adventure. Also, there's a lot of different options, or you can just pick from your own playlist for things as far as the bus goes. But, back to, so that's leading up to the wedding day. We can just show you the best time, whether it be the hot springs or if you like mountain biking, rock climbing, whitewater rafting, you name it. There are a number of contractors that I work with, and we can take you and your friends from your house or preferred location pickup and take you to the forest and to the desert and just to the magical places and get outdoors and create amazing memories with your bridal party. And so that's a little bit about the party bus. Back to things on the day of, most importantly. So if you need help with things like the sound system, if it's something that you need that's larger than what's provided by Idaho Tents and Events, then I can help you find that for your special occasion, in addition to helping select, venues and other things. So whether you need music or adventure or all of the above, I'm your guy. I'll love to help you out with all that. So big thanks to Idaho Tents and Events for hosting this virtual wedding show today. It's super awesome. And I'm happy to be a part of it all. Wasn't sure if you had more questions, or should we wait till the end, or we can free format however you like,
Yeah. How do we go about reaching you?
I can share with you a little digital promo, but by email or phone. So phone is 208-870-5057, and email is toentertainu@gmail.com. So it's T-O entertain, the letter U. So we can talk about what kind of music you prefer, and if you want to hear mostly covers throughout the night and special requests for songs, or if you want to hear original music from start to finish on the wedding day, and then for the bachelor and bachelorette parties, I'm here to help you out and having the most best good time. And let's see here. Just checking back through my notes. Hey, but it's a real special thing to have, you know, your friends in town and to be able to celebrate together. And so that's one of the other benefits of the bus when you're planning whatever you want to do, whether it be bar hopping downtown or a pub crawl or wine tour or the hot springs or other outdoor adventures. You get to do it together, and experiences are just the most magical thing. And sharing those experiences and creating those memories are what it's all about, and having a good time. So, let's see. Da-da-da-da.
Can you go into your prices a little bit?
So, pricing, you know, it definitely, everything's kind of flexible. There's ballparks depending on what you want. Pricing can vary depending if you want a solo musician versus a band. And then, of course, you know, so depending on whatever your budget is, I can help you dial all that in for the entertainment. So we can look at the whole package. If you need the stage, the sound system, the lights, and the talent, I can put together a full package quote for you within that budget. And if you need just the band, then that's also possible. So there's a lot of varying scales as far as, like, some bands have their own sound system that might be adequate for the size of reception that you're having. And other bands, you may need to rent speakers and such from Idaho Tents and Events or from another production provider. And so the benefit of working with me is similar to if you're going to build a house, you contact a general contractor who handles talking to the plumbing guy and the tile guy and the roofer and the framer and the concrete person, etc. And if you have all those contacts on your own, you can do that and maybe save, you know, a nickel here, a nickel there. But when you work with myself, you're working with a general contractor of events and of fun. So that being said, I can make it easy as possible for you to create the most magical experience. And we're not limited to only bands and DJs. There's also performance artists that I work with that are really awesome. And then you can make an extra special impression on all of your guests and family on your wedding day. So some examples of performance artists are the fire spinners, in addition to the aerial silk dancers, you know, hanging from the ceilings, and all kinds of different awesome performance art, burlesque, and, you know, comedy is another option. Pretty much whatever you want to do for your special date, we can make happen, or it can at least provide pricing for you to decide from there, you know, if that's something that you want to make happen. But yeah, so I mean, the pricing, like I said, it depends on, you know, who you want and for how long the entertainment lasts, and then for what you need. Some venues are super awesome and provide a sound system that would be adequate for what the band's needs are, and some of them you need to rent additional equipment. For example, like monitors, mic stands, cables, etc. You know, and so it depends is the answer on pricing. So it's best to reach me by text or phone call or email. And again, that's 208-870-5057. Love to talk about your ideas for what kind of adventures do you want to go on for your bachelor and bachelorette party, and then what kind of music do you want to have for your performances also, because music is this magical glue that brings people together and helps create these magical memories. And it's just it's what I've devoted my life to, is having a good time. That's right. And we want to help you have the best time possible and remove any of the stress from things, as far as, like worrying about, how much do we pay the band? Who do we make the check out to? What time are they going to arrive? Are going to be there on time, etc.? Those are details that I help handle. We take care of all that. We talk about what time you want them to perform, and then I help handle the rest of the information and communication with the artists and get them what they need to know, what time they need to be there, where to be, what requests there are for particular songs. And, we help weave that in to make one awesome package for you. Yeah.
How do your rates work with the party bus?
With the party bus, again, it depends if we're doing something in town versus a day trip. So one of my favorite places to take groups of people is Trinity Hot Springs. And so that generally works out to about $50 per person for a day trip. And that's where we pick you up from town here in Boise and take you to Trinity Hot Springs. So it's between Pine and Featherville up past Anderson Ranch Reservoir. And that includes the soaking and the round trip transportation. And then you can do karaoke on the bus. You can listen to whatever playlist you want, and you can enjoy the beverages all the way there and all the way back, and just really spend that quality time with your friends. So that's one example. And then there's also options for overnight. So they have private cabins up there. So you can rent out the private cabin and take the bus ride there. And there's a yoga studio also. So if you want to do that with your friends, and some yoga, some massage, some hot springs, some music, it sounds like a real good time right there. So that we during since COVID and such, we're limiting attendance capacity to 10 to 13 people inside the bus. And so if you look at that, it's about $500 for the package to do a day trip to Trinity Hot Springs. And then pricing can vary from there if you want to camp out overnight and have 24-hour access to the pool, or if you want to get one of the private cabins like Gunther's Chalet. So that's a really nice spot right there. And it's also a potential, Trinity Hot Springs is also a potential wedding venue for an alternative destination type wedding. Something a little out of the ordinary and out of the box. And, just being out in the woods, in the trees, and with your guests having, access to the hot springs and beautiful starry nights and all that good stuff out there. So, like I said, it depends on if you're going for a day trip or an overnight. Like, for example, with the rafting trips, they have their preset package price. And so we just come up with a personalized quote to articulate, what's being covered and what's included in the pricing, and then what is additional. Similarly with the wine tours, we can put together a custom package with the tasting fees included, or provide only the transportation, and then you pay the tasting fees at each location separately. So that's another option amidst what you can do.
All right, so we got about 5 minutes left. how would you handle a band that shows up late?
So, bands that show up late, generally there's a reason. There are a number of artists that I've worked with over time, and that's kind of their MO. And then I don't work with those individuals anymore. I like to plan things appropriately where the band has plenty of time to load in before the event starts and get their sound check out of the way. Because feedback is good in general from your customers and such, but the feedback that you don't want to get is the the high-pitched squeaks and stuff like that. So, I like to get early load-in and sound check scheduled as part of the day, so that way the artists can make sure that all their technical difficulties are worked out and that things are set so they can rock your party and have a good time, and that things are working without too many difficulties. When people show up late, it's some venues have a curfew that you're only allowed to go to a certain time, and some can flex on that so we can extend things a little longer. Generally, there is an agreement in place that states like what the consequences are. Things have been increasingly challenging with COVID as far as like cancellations and such that can happen. And in that event, if a band, say they're late or they were going to need to cancel because someone's ill or something happens like that, I'll do my diligence to find the next best available artist to make sure that we have quality entertainment provided still. So we'll make sure that we take care of that.
All right, so we got about 4 minutes left. You want to just remind everybody how to contact you again?
Sure. My phone number is 208-870-5057. And to entertain you, it's TO entertain the letter U @gmail.com. Thanks so much. Let's see here. I was going to click through and show you a couple of pictures. And if there's anyone else that has questions and such, then let me know. I'm gonna pop to the share screen here. So there's a picture of Bianca. Oops. Up in Stanley. What's going on? So Stanley, Idaho is one of the most beautiful places on this planet. If you know, you know. It's another great option for getting hitched, and we can drive the bridal party around. Also, if your ceremony happens to be in a different location than where the reception is and stuff. Here's a recent photo of an event I presented at a sauna climbing gym to get you creatively thinking about out-of-the-box ideas for places to get married, because there's plenty of beautiful traditional wedding spaces, but there's a lot of places that can create a unique experience for you and your guests that'll be a little bit different. Here's an example of DJ performing while the aerialist is doing the silk dancing, another level of performance art. So each bid is custom depending on the day of the week and the performance length and time, location. There's a number of factors that go into that I make it super easy for you to go through. We've been to the Oregon coast with a group of people. There we are at Driftwood Beach. And if you like paddle boarding, longboarding, mountain biking, you name it, all kinds of fun stuff. Here we are up in Riggins. Here's more of the aerial performers and a performance group from Portland called March 4th. So they do stilt walking and burlesque and horns and drums and all kinds of fun stuff. Here we're loaded up with the group to go mountain biking. And one more time, the contact info for you right here. And yeah, thank you so much to Idaho Tents and Events for hosting the virtual wedding show, and to everyone that's been listening. And I look forward to helping you plan your special event with your friends and celebrate your love.
All right, well, thank you, Seth.
You bet. Thank you so much, Jason. Heck yeah. Have a super day. And yeah, I guess one thing I didn't mention about the bus is the customized floor plans. So all the seating in here is modular, so we can rearrange the seating to fit whatever activity you're doing and adventure you're on, and also to be sensitive to anyone that is at high risk. We can space the seats out 6 feet apart in places and make a safe zone for anybody that's at high risk to come and enjoy the experience.
All right, thank you.
You bet. Thank you. Cheers.
Once again, I'd just like to give a thank you to VCI Auto for sponsoring this and all of our panelists that joined us.